Hello, my name is David Ryan. I'm one of the company directors here at Hunters Agency & Co. I have been involved in real estate for more than 20 years, and myself and Ramez have been involved with the Hunters organisation for just coming on 11 years now. Hunters Agency is an all-service industry. I specialise in historical buildings, and we also sell a lot of units off the plan, as well as the older units, housing and multi-million dollar properties through the Parramatta region. The big thing that sets Hunters Agency apart from other companies, as far as I can see at this point in time, is that we're constantly evolving. We're always looking at new technology, we're always experimenting with new ideas, both in marketing and in training our staff. Real estate is a fascinating industry. It is constantly evolving. One thing that we like to do is we stay up to date with all the new trainers that are coming into the industry, as well as comparing our industry to other industries that are using innovative techniques to reach their clients, to satisfy their needs, and to drive their businesses forward. When you just first start in real estate, many people have different ideas about what it is that makes a great real estate agent, but the biggest factor that you need to accept is you leave behind whatever your previous profession was and concentrate on just being persistent with your new database, with your new area that you're given, with being positive and upbeat with clients and supplying service. But you have to be consistent. You have to be persistent. Building and maintaining relationships is one of the keys to real estate. And you have to enjoy the people that you're working with. You have to feel like you want to service them, that you want to supply them with additional information. And my basic philosophy is to remove all the stress from the sale. So therefore, you constantly stay in contact, you chat, you find out what their needs are, what their requirements are. Even after you have found them a buyer or found them a property to buy, just continuing to keep in contact with people and keep them up to date is the key. One of the misconceptions in real estate, and most people would agree with this, is that we're not trustworthy. I find that personally a little bit insulting. However, it is factual in some degree, but the industry is constantly working at trying to become more accepted, to be more up to date, to be more in tune with clients' needs, to be more transparent, and hopefully progress to a point where people can honestly believe what real estate agents are actually delivering. One of the important qualities of a successful real estate agent is persistence and the ability to pick yourself up from negative feedback or negative comments, learn from it and move forward. My philosophy for working with clients is to find out what their needs are, where they'd like to move to, and how they envision that. I also believe that I should relieve the stress that is associated with listing and selling your property, and also with buyers. Buyers find it enormously stressful trying to buy properties. So just eliminate that, supply the information, supply the services of what they need, and bring the two parties together to have a successful sale. Basically, Hunters Agency has evolved, and we have brought in a VIP club, we have brought in a concierge, we have brought in background support staff that aid people in getting their properties prepared for market, as well as presentation. We use quality photographers, we like to use videos, we like to use dollhouse floor plans if people are open to those. Basically, we tend to try any new technology to see if it makes a difference, and to see whether it connects the buyers to the property and the vendor to the buyers and a successful sale. I'm always working on behalf of the vendor, first and foremost. I did have one incident in Constitution Hill where the vendor became ill and couldn't drive, his wife couldn't drive. There was a whole range of problems. They were an older couple, they weren't up to date on technology. So in the end, to get the deal together, I drove to Calborough Beach and met with them and signed off on the contracts and the exchange. And they were ecstatic, they were over the moon because they had tried previous agents to sell the property without much success. And I'd say that would be the furthest that I've ever driven to get a vendor signature. Basically, we have a three-stage system. So firstly, it involves the preparation of the property and then the photography as well, and videos and any marketing material that's connected to that, both for social media and also for the internet sites. It's then checked by a marketing manager, it's checked by the agent, and then it's checked by one of the directors before it goes live into the marketplace, just to make sure that all the facts are accurate and that the property is presented in its best light. So each property is discussed as a single item between a number of people, just to get the best viewpoints and to make sure that we're looking after the client. Basically, I think if you're entering the market for the first time, obviously there's a world of things that you need to adapt to. But the best one is go with your heart, go with your gut feeling. If you like a property and it seems to suit you, then go with that property. Make sure that you have a good conveyancer, a good solicitor to give you the correct legal advice, and do your research. You can do your research on realestate.com in the sold sections. You can do your research through Strata and building inspection reports. And then once you're in a position to make a bid, make it with confidence and realise that there will be a process of negotiation, where the vendor has to give some and obviously you have to give some as well as the buyer. And hopefully the deal will come together and you'll be satisfied. So basically there's a lot of talk in the Sydney property market about the interest rate increases. Now these ones were relevant, they were due to come, most people have accepted that. The banking system, I believe, is putting back in place what they had 8 to 10 years ago, and people have adjusted to it. We're now seeing a consistent trend with buyers, and we're seeing a slight improvement in the property prices for apartments around Parramatta. Basically, I got into real estate because I wanted to help people. I'd done a few deals where they were really sort of dodgy real estate agents that didn't care, and I sort of pursued the property rather than the agent selling it to me. So my theory was to get into the industry, to help people. That really keeps me motivated, meeting people, because people are fascinating and interesting, and working on the deals and trying to do the best for the vendor while also keeping the buyer extremely happy. My role in Hunter's agency is one of the senior salespeople. So it has evolved over the years from when myself and Ramez were first started the company. I was the salesperson, Ramez was the CEO, and I'm always there. My door is always open to all the agents to come and seek advice on how to negotiate, how to get a deal together, and basically work with marketing and drive the company forward. Typical sales process is to find the property to sell. So once you form the relationship with the potential vendor and they list the property, there's a number of things that have to be done, both legally and artistically. Once you get all those done, then there is a qualifying process set down by the Office of Fair Trading for marketing and advertising. And we introduce the property into the internet. So it either goes on as a private sale or it goes on as an auction. And each one has its open houses and buyer responses, so we work with all those so that we get to a satisfactory close where we find the two highest buyers, pit them against each other, and hopefully have a successful sale. Key part as a director is to watch people grow. I love watching agents come in that have just started in the industry as well as experienced agents. They're kind of like a rough stone, so we polish the edges and we aid them in finding a set direction to be successful. And once they do achieve that and they grow and they start to list and sell a larger volume of property than what they're used to, it's a very satisfying experience, and it's wonderful to see these people work hard and be successful.